Down. Is it here? Hey, it's here. Welcome back, everybody. Um, as always, I'm always impatient to start, so we're just gonna jump on in. But first, how's everybody doing? We're good. We're great.
Ready to go learn how to make match-based fire elemental
The
bullets.
best kind of bullets. If it
Right?
doesn't have a match on it, is it really a bullet? So when we left off, Uo was walking back when he noticed a very familiar face outside of a restaurant, kind of begging, kind of pleading, uh, looking a little desperate. Uo, does that sound accurate?
Yes, that does. Yes, indeed.
It does.
And also heard of a few keywords like burglary and Duke. And so Uo went back, got his buddies, and went on searching to find where this burglary is taking place, what is happening, only to end up being back at that restaurant where they came across Peter, who was sweeping.
Oh, Peter.
The lovely group decided to pay off Peter's debt at that restaurant, and then sat down with Peter and had a lovely meal.
I mean, Peter's sweet.
He's a nice guy.
Yeah.
So I think let's just kind of start there, because we kind of ended the meal, but not really. So let's just start in the meal, during the meal. So Peter's like, I can't thank you enough for this. I do really have to be going fairly soon. The Duke is he's waiting for me, and I told him I was going to be back a lot sooner. I didn't anticipate that I'd have to sweep to pay off, and I didn't anticipate that you would pay off my debts. And I'm pretty sure that students paying off my debts is a problem, but it's probably not a big problem. So thank you, but I really should be. I really should be going. I should make it up to you, though. I definitely should make. Is there anything I do to make it up? Because as a representative of the school, I don't leave my debts unpaid.
I'll take out my one munition that I have and set it down on the table.
Mm-hmm.
Just be like, so what if I just tape matches to that? Do you think that would be what Uso wants from an elemental? Because it makes fire, right?
Give me an insight check.
Inside.
Holy crap!
There goes my one good roll of the day.
Both of them.
Wow.
For a split second, there seems to be recognition in Peter's eyes, and then all that recognition is gone, and he's like, "Well, matches make fire, so yeah, that sounds right. I think I have a match on me somewhere."
Do you?
I don't, but he's patting around his pockets.
Do you have any tape?
But I don't have tape, but he grabs some napkin. He kind of scrunches it together. And it's if you wrap this around, because this can be set on fire. So if you wrap this around it and kind of tie it, does that work?
Sometimes I wish you were my teacher instead of Uso.
Oh my!
Peter, you know all the things.
There's a tear in his eye, just one tear, and he I can't be your teacher, but I can. What if I'm your mentor?
I mean,
That would be amazing.
I did come to the school because Uso was training here, and she did invent the gunbreaker, so I was really excited, but she hasn't really taught me anything. Whereas, I mean, all I had to do was buy you dinner and pay off all of your debts. Wait a minute.
Well, no, you didn't.
Just pay off all his debt.
That was a one-time thing. It'll never happen again. How about this? How about I train you, from what I know about being a gunbreaker, and the benefit is that like I have done at least a week of almost every Professor Hare, and so I know a little bit about gunbreakers. I know a little bit about warriors. I know a little bit about rangers. I know a little bit about arcanists. Like I'm really the best person to be teaching here, and so I'll
Do you
pass
know
on.
anything about healing?
I didn't take those arcanist classes. I was trying to get into the summoner arcanist class. Uh,
I see.
I didn't get into those classes either, but I know the basic of the arcanist. So if you're looking for a basic arcanist teacher, I can also do that to you.
I would love that.
And he looks kind of shocked that you accepted. Yeah, you there, small child. I keep forgetting. Yeah, would you want me to teach you how to be a white mage? That's what you do, right?
Uo is staring him down as he's enjoying his dinner. Says, "Can you arrange a meeting with the Duke?"
Oh, the Duke. I don't know if I'm just supposed to be showing the Duke around, and I haven't even been doing that, so I don't know if I can arrange a meeting with what kind of meeting? Like a fun meeting? Do you owe the Duke money? I think the Duke would like if you like paid him back, but I don't know if I can.
We've
Just-
just heard great things about the Duke. We want to get to know him. Seems like a cool guy.
The Duke is great, but everyone wants to meet the Duke, and I have to like make sure. I can't take up too much of the Duke's time.
We would just like the opportunity to bask in his presence.
Who will give me a persuasion check?
Persuasion.
Let's just see. It's a good check.
Bad.
So it's like, well, I guess there's nothing wrong with basking in the Duke's presence, and you did pay off my bill. Okay, look, I can't introduce you to the Duke. What I can do is we can go our separate ways, and I can go to where the Duke is. And if you just happen to follow me, then there's nothing I can do about that.
Interesting. I'm gonna look to my compatriots.
Trigon
Raise an eyebrow.
isn't paying any attention because she's ordered like a shot of like 100 proof and is soaking the napkin. Because if you soak the napkin, it's obviously going to make more fire.
Peter looks at you and says, "Hey, be sure to thoroughly soak it. You don't want dry edges. Like the entire thing needs to be."
I'll just put the whole thing in the glass.
Oh my. Astrid is nodding in compliance with this agreement, and kind of nudges Morn a little bit with my elbow.
Morn is
Like
looking around
nodding.
as like, "That's a great idea, but I'm going home because I've been around too many people today."
Oh man. Morn, you make so much sense. I know I have to rest. I know I should be resting as well. Darn it. I think I'm going to follow Morn in this situation, knowing that I need to...
When you do that, Morn turns around and is like, no, you should stay. I'm going to go.
He's got some alone time he wants. And I wink at Morn.
I'm gonna look around.
Just make sure you put a sock on the door handle, Morn.
And Morn
All
looks at you, he's
right, well, I guess I'm with you guys. No resting for me.
and Morn just walks away sullenly, as Morn is wont to do.
How long is the Duke in town?
The Duke's only in town until he finds someone to solve his problem.
What is this problem that you're talking about?
Oh, come on, Peter. We're all friends here.
I think it's better you should talk to the Duke instead. Like I say, I will go to the Duke, and then you can ask the Duke. That way, if something happens, I can say that I didn't tell you what the problem was.
Uo leans over the table and asks Peter, is it lizard people?
Lizard people?
Yes, lizard people. Are there lizards there?
I
Bipedal, tall, muscular.
don't think so.
It hasn't happened yet. Let's sit back.
So Peter, can you help train Uo as well? Like, to not hide when we're having combat?
I mean, white mages are pretty, scared folk. They're always hiding behind things and then doing their, white magic.
Huh. I mean, I saw Astrid do magic, and she ran in and was just being amazing. But Uo was, nowhere to be seen.
Oh, Astrid, you're one of those blue mages. Oh, well, that's what blue mages do. It's all just, we're all, learning what we're supposed to do.
I'm gonna
So,
hold my tongue and just kind of nod.
so he's supposed to hide? That doesn't make any sense.
Yeah. White mages are definitely supposed to hide. And blue mages are definitely supposed to run in. And gunbreakers are definitely supposed to wrap their munitions in liquor.
Alcohol soaked
Use
napkins. Absolutely.
napkins.
Yeah.
I think I learned that in the third week is why you haven't learned that yet, but it's coming.
I think there needs to be a knowing pat on his shoulder and subtle just nodding yes, Peter, all the things.
Uso is going to be so surprised when I come in and know what I'm doing ahead of time.
Maybe don't explain to Uso what she pretends like she's super scientific and likes to explore, but she's very rigid, and she thinks there's only one way of doing things. So maybe you don't explain, because she won't understand, because she thinks because she invented it, she knows all the things. It's better if you just don't tell her and show her that you can do it, but don't tell her how you did it.
Okay.
Then she'll feel like we just innately know these things. She'll be so impressed.
So impressed with you all.
Thank you, Peter.
Yes.
All right. Well, I mean, should we go get social?
Yeah. I think
some new friends?
I'm going to leave and go in a very specific direction. Thank you for helping me. Oh, I'm so tired. And then he walks away very slowly, looking back every 2 seconds to see if you're following.
Sleep well. Bye.
Wait, no, he comes back. No. You're supposed to follow me.
But you said you were tired.
Well, yes.
So are you
I'm going
tired? Morn?
No, I actually am. I'm going to sleep. But before I go to sleep, I'm going to where the Duke is at the
Oh.
Yeah. So I'm going to walk in that direction, and then you all will follow me to meet the Duke.
In the future, you might want to explain your plans before. I mean, it just makes more sense.
You're you know what? You're right. That was my fault. My fault as your mentor for not mentoring.
Communication is key.
Yeah, I will do better. So I think you all should follow me. And in fact, you don't even have to follow
All
behind.
right.
Like, follow me
We will
in a
follow
group
you.
with me, and we can talk while we're going.
Okay.
Ooh, nice.
Okay. Maybe you could tell us about the town as we're walking past the buildings, like a little tour.
I can definitely do that. I give tours all the time at the university.
Great. That's great.
Uh, so I'm assuming you're all like just heading to where the Duke is.
I mean, if as long as that's where Peter's going.
That's where Peter's going. Yeah. The tour is exciting, but lackluster. Peter doesn't really seem to know what any building is unless it has a sign in front of the building that says what it is. But he is always excited that a building exists. Like, oh my God, and that building has a window right out front, and that's like the extent of the information that Peter gives for most stuff. But like, God damn it, if it isn't just endearing.
Fair enough.
And he takes you to this quaint little inn that 2 stories looks like it may have 3 or 4 rooms. And he takes you upstairs and he's like, okay, everyone, shh. Duke, are you there? And you hear in the back, I see you made it out. I didn't think I was going to see you tonight. Please come on in. And Peter opens the door. Duke, I'd like to introduce you to some of my students. These are my students. And Duke looks at you all as like, you study under him.
Yeah, we've learned a lot already.
Yes.
I see. Well, welcome. I don't know why he brought you here at this time of night, but who am I to be an ungracious host? Please come in. Can I get you anything? What can I do for you?
You know what? It would be nice if you had some beverages. That would be great.
Of course. He like goes into the closet where there is like bucket of ice and a moderately priced looking bottle of wine. I was like, please come
Fantastic.
in, sit down. Uo, make me an intelligence check.
Intelligence.
Something
11.
seems off about the Duke, but you cannot place it.
I will idly study the Duke, shuffling through my cards. We'll draw one for a pocket guidance.
Mm-hmm. And while you're doing that, the Duke is handing out glasses and pouring wine. He's like, well, please sit down, have a seat. I assume you're new students if you're studied under Peter?
Started
Yes,
like 2
yes,
days
we
ago.
It's been pretty exciting so far.
Well, tell me of your adventures. I was a student here as well.
What did you learn?
Well, I mean, yeah.
That's an interesting question. I went between the white and black magics. Ended up with I think I graduated as a white mage, but with the ability to do both, I kind of just went my separate ways. I stopped learning black magic after that wretched woman took over.
Like, without asking, do we have any idea who he's talking about?
I mean, you probably not.
Would I know who he's talking about?
You would have to roll an intelligence check, Uo, as well, as you are closer to like the arcane arts.
Okay.
Whereas
I
Trondheim
would
would purposely like avoid anything arcane. And,
Right.
Like, I don't know.
I do want to ask him if he hides during combat, or if he goes up and like it is actually a participant. What did he learn? Because he said he was learning white magic, and so I'm like staring at Uo while I say it.
She's like, oh no, I mean, admittedly, I haven't been in combat for a while. Dukes tend to lead from behind the scenes, but when I was in combat, I was up front most of the time.
Huh. Interesting.
Is there? Well, Astrid is going to ask if there is a way that hiding behind shrubbery is also considered an attack in some way or a technique that's ever used.
Hiding. I think that you all have me mistaken. I'm no like tactician of any sort. From what I never learned the hiding behind a shrubbery technique. But once again, very limited. Let me see. Astrid, you kind of have you can kind of guess who he's talking about. The black mage professor, trainer, whatever you want to refer to her as, is very popular as far as professors go. She has one of the largest classes. Most people try to come to the school to be a black mage. One, because you get to do all the explosions. She's good at exploding and like making people better at exploding. But there are a few people who are very turned off by her particular style.
I see.
She's very... I mean, you would have seen her like classroom when you like came to visit the school. Kind of kindergarten-y, lots of like posters with like "you're a grape" and kittens that like hang in there, but like very "you got this," like rainbows, super happy, very bright. But some people, especially those who come for "I want to learn how to explode," are not super thrilled with the hang in their kitten poster.
Sure. For education positivity.
Yes.
Too much. Too annoying. Too annoying. Whatever she takes, I want. I want to say I knew a teacher like that. All right. And do I know her name? I just know who she is. I just like in general know who she is, but I don't know that
like
much.
You probably met her at some point, but like she wasn't who you're going to be working with. Especially because you're like super interested in like healing rather than like killing, and she heals the spirit with her positivity. But a fireball is very bad at healing people, so you probably wouldn't remember her name.
Sure. Okay. Well, I'm just going to kind of, nudge everybody and say, well, remember that classroom that looked like a kindergarten room? I was talking about her. Just so everybody has an idea of who he's talking about. And, I'm thinking I would like to learn a little bit more about healing. And I want to ask him if he's got a library that I can look for books on healing to educate myself.
I actually have a massive library. back in my castle, and lots of healing books. It is unfortunately not available to the public right now. It's a little dangerous in there. That's actually kind of why I'm here. I've come to find someone who can retake my castle.
This sounds like an earlier adventure that I've had.
You, Adela, know it, but Astrid doesn't know that because that was entirely a dream of
Ah, I
Hugo's.
see. I see. I feel like I'm having a little bit of a deja vu moment. So, are you in need of some fearless warriors to assist you
I,
in
I
retaining your capital?
probably going to talk to one of the professors here and like have them like take care of it. It shouldn't be a problem for them. I don't.
Okay,
But I got here kind of late today, so.
sure.
Who I was going to ask the Duke, what do you know about lizard people?
She looks at you kind of confused, like, do you have a test tomorrow on lizard people?
Never encountered a lizard person before?
I mean, I did while I was at school, but it was a very controlled experiment. You know, I don't know much about them. I mean, I think blue mages would know more about like specific types of enemies. And Peter jumps in. Oh, then yes. What's your name? Asphoria. Like Asphoria's a blue mage. She can tell us about lizard people, can't you? And the Duke looks at you and is like, "You're a blue mage. I wouldn't have guessed that. Interesting."
Don't really know anything about lizard people. I assumed that they would eat flies,
That makes
Sounds
sense to
like
me.
but I don't.
That tracks.
Yeah. I'm pretty certain I read that somewhere that they eat flies.
Why are you so concerned about lizard people there, young one?
He shakes his head and sighs and says, "It hasn't happened yet." It's hard sometimes to pinpoint the period of time that one is in.
Right. Give me another intelligence check there, would you?
To all of us, or
Just Uo. Is that a natural 20?
That is.
Ooh, interesting. It is hard to track the like where you are when you have these visions. However, you are positive that this is the vision. Like the Duke looks different, but the room looks exactly the same. The fact that Morn is not here is exactly the same. There are similarities that lead you to believe that like this is that vision.
I have a sense that there might be potentially like overlaying like dimensions, or is like time kind of linear? Do I think that maybe I've slipped through a plane, or is it like a butterfly effect where like we did something earlier that I didn't or wasn't aware of that has changed something here?
As of now, you are still kind of young in your astrologian powers. Something is definitely different for sure, but you, like, even with a natural 20, you wouldn't be able to like specifically identify what that thing is just yet.
Okay.
But this is the Duke that you were talking to, even though he looks completely different. You are certain that the castle that he's talking about is the castle, even though there are differences. That Duke in your vision had the same thing. My house has been overrun. Please get it back.
What sort of creatures occupy your castle?
It's my guards, actually. Apparently, there was a revolution of some sort. and so I need to like retake my castle. But once again, it's been years since I've been on the front lines of a fight, so I am in no position to like retake it on my own. So I
you
figured,
had a mutiny?
yeah,
I'm sure with Peter's fine help, we should be able to do this for you.
yeah,
Absolutely.
I mean, yeah, yes, of course, Duke. I would have offered earlier, but he's Peter sticking his chest out and kind of puffing himself up. I assumed you came for a very specific person. I didn't want to impose myself on you. Of course, I would be nothing but help.
I
But
didn't want to make you let me do it.
I didn't want to make you let me do it. Obviously, maybe you were coming to befriend some professors, but I could do it if you want. And the Duke says that's okay, Peter.
I have every confidence in Peter. He would never lead us astray.
And the Duke looks at you like, do you know who Peter is?
He's our new teacher.
Did he say that, or did the school say that?
Well, I mean, we asked him to, kind of.
It's hard to say where we got that information.
Trogheim's like, how did that conversation go? I don't even remember.
Astrid has full belief in Peter right now.
I know that you are powerful just by given the fact that you got into the school means you're probably powerful. I do not want to send you to your deaths. And like I'm sure it'll be just as easy to like get a professor to do it.
But my professor doesn't even like help me learn anything. Peter helped me learn to make this, and she holds up her
I feel like we're
napkin rat.
Trogheim, as you do that, Peter like jumps in front of you and is like, "I'm so sorry, Duke. I need to talk to my support. I mean, my students. Give us a little while." And he kind of like ushers you all out. Do you follow?
Sure. Peter, I'm just trying to show him that you helped us.
Remember what I told you. You can't let anyone see that.
I didn't know you meant anyone.
I meant to say anyone.
Oh. That's a lot of people.
Now, does Astrid know what Peter is? Like, does Astrid have a full understanding?
Peter said when you first met him, he worked essentially as like a kind of an assistant to multiple professors. He said he somehow graduated from the university. Also said he spent time in every class, finally graduating as a bard of some sort.
He did the 2-year degree in like general arts.
Yeah.
He did. Okay. So he should be pretty charismatic then.
I mean, he's a likable guy.
Yeah, I have belief in Peter. I have absolute belief in him. I'm okay with him.
So Peter says, "You know what? I have an idea. The Duke would never let you all do it, but I know where the Duke's castle is. What if..."
You know where the castle is. So this is what I'm thinking. We go to the castle, we take care of everything, we learn a lot along the way, and we come back and we're like, "Hey, Duke, taken care of. Absolutely taken care of. No need to worry."
I think that's a good idea. That's a good idea.
And then the school will know how special we all are and how talented we are.
And you'll get special perks because you're technically not allowed to take on one of these missions without a professor for the next few months. But if I go with you,
yes,
and then you like succeed, you'll all get your like special weapons and items. You'll gain a whole bunch of respect. I think this is a good plan.
There is no way this is going to go wrong.
So what do you say? I think we have a vote of yes from Astrid.
Yes. Vote of yes from
Yeah,
Astrid.
Trogam's gonna vote yes.
Trogon's gonna vote yes. Uo, what about you?
Uo thinks it would be best sleep on it, and then in the morning do a supply run.
That does make sense. I could make more munitions too, because I might need those.
Yes.
And
I have
what
it.
I can go home and get money, and then I can like fund your supply run.
Well, and I think we all need like a rest, like a full night, so we can get busy in the morning and like go with
So it's
some
decided.
fresh coffee and yeah,
Coffee.
I'm all about it.
Okay, so how about this? Yeah, we all go to sleep. Tomorrow, I'll be at your place at 7:30 with my own brew of coffee.
What if we came and stayed at your place tonight? Because Morn has some
Oh.
Morn time going on.
My place.
Or
You Yeah, you can stay at my place. That's fine.
a big sleepover.
Yeah,
Great.
that's great. Follow me.
All right.
So he escorts you back to his place. And the path looks familiar. It looks like you're going back to Sherbert Hills, where you all live.
Mm-hmm.
And he passes where your dorm. You do in fact see a sock on the door. Although it's possible, Morn just didn't understand what you spent and just put a sock on it. Who knows? And there is a rickety shack past like the food hall, mess hall, and he's like, "All right, welcome home."
I mean, for someone who grew up on a boat, this isn't that bad. So.
It's fun, yeah.
Astrid's kind of looking around. Like, this is not the best place.
It's not
But
the best place.
Peter's such a likable guy. I have so much belief in him. I want for him to do well.
It's not the best place. It's kind of messy,
I'm
but there is, and Trocom, I think you'll be the first to notice this, in the kitchen, a siphon coffee maker.
Yes. She's moving in. She looks up at the holes in the ceiling. She's like, "Oh, you've got great skylights."
Yeah, that was a big selling point because I like the stars. You know,
Me
that's
too.
why I became an astrologian for that 1 week. So yeah, now I can always see the stars.
Ventilation.
Yeah, ventilation.
Mm-hmm.
So pick a spot on the floor. You know, any spot will do.
Are there any books around?
Nope,
Books. Okay.
there's not even room for a bookshelf.
Trogam is a little worried about like knocking things over, not because it's like so, like he has so much stuff, but because it's so close together.
Yeah.
And just kind of like tries to figure out where to lay down.
Astrid's kind of doing the same. Have Eos in my hands and looking around where to. I'm considering fluffing Eos up as a pillow to see if that works.
Eos doesn't mind. She does her best to fluff up.
Okay.
And so, does anything happen before you all go to sleep?
Nope.
Thanks, Peter.
I'm ready for Dreamland.
All right. Then you can all apply the benefits of a long rest.
Woohoo!
Sweet.
And you wake up to the distinct smell of actual coffee.
Yay!
Can we tell if it's the good stuff?
it does smell like the good stuff. And Peter walks over with a pretty fancy like serving plate and 2 cups.
2 cups.
It's like, well, I only have 2 cups.
Yes, of
So
course.
2 of you get to have it first, and then you should drink fast, and then I will serve more coffee.
Oh, I'm gonna let everybody drink before I drink. That's okay.
Trogheim.
She goes back and forth with Astrid on who's gonna go last. Even though like there's like sleep gunking her eyes shut, she's just like, no, you first. No, you. No, you.
Forcibly pushing
Okay, fine.
Peter's hands over. Like, I know how much this means to you.
Trogheim, roll me a d4.
Oh God, no. I used my one good roll earlier. 3.
You know, coffee is a diuretic, right?
You have 3 temporary hit points.
Ooh.
Hey. Awesome.
Uo, are you drinking first?
Uo says that coffee would stunt his growth.
I mean, we do
well,
want you to grow up big and strong.
Yes.
I mean,
Drink some
he'll
coffee.
be
It'll be
happy
good for you.
He'll be happy to drink. But, are you sure you don't want the coffee?
I mean, I'll want coffee, but you just go first. It's okay. I'm hanging out with Eos.
Nods and takes a drink of the coffee.
D4, please. You gain 2 temporary hit points.
Ooh.
Ooh.
So as he continues to serve out of his like 2 mugs, you are free to roll a d4, and you gain that many temporary hit points.
Nice.
He then's like, okay, are we ready to go? Oh wait, we're not ready. I should get my bow. And you see him like open up a closet, and therein is this wooden, nothing special, just a wooden bow, but it's a bow. Like, think Skyrim, like the first bow you ever get.
Okay. Okay.
Yeah, but it's a
It's
bow.
all right.
By all definitions, you get the feeling that if he like puts an arrow in it, it'll go any direction.
Is he just handing it out?
No, that's his. You see him like
That's his.
he's gearing up,
Okay.
like, getting ready to go.
But he is just really confident with his bow. All right. Yeah, Peter, what a great bow. Like, that looks exceptional. You can do some damage with that thing. Absolutely.
So in the last archery tournament, I came in 3rd.
How many people were in the tournament, Peter?
2.
I mean, in like every tournament, there's been like 500 people in all the tournaments.
Ooh, okay, that's impressive. How
In the
about
last-
that one?
That one, there were 4 people, but I still got a medal. But I had to give the medal. I came in 3rd. That's what matters. Who's ready to go?
Okay. Okay.
I left my to-go
gonna-
cup at home for coffee, so hopefully this will do it for the day. But
Don't worry, I'm your like mentor now, so I'll make sure you always have coffee.
That's really sweet of you, Peter.
you just keep climbing the ladder above Uso. Uso.
Oh, funny.
So, Trakai?
Yes.
Was that assignment due today?
Oh,
I don't
yeah.
I don't
I don't know if
remember.
I remember.
I think she said just do it, and I did, so it's technically done, right?
Well,
I
I
guess
think you
that's
would have to show her what you did to
Why
get
are there
credit for
so
the
many
assignment.
rules?
I'm pretty certain that I haven't completed mine. I still have to learn some more healing.
Well, see, it would
Um,
look bad for you if I went in and showed her my amazing thing that I
it would be
learned.
bad for me.
So
And
let's get yours taken care
well,
of.
if we get to the castle and we take care of everything, then I can use the books. That's what I'd like to do. Because he said he had a bunch of healing books. So if I could borrow some and learn from them, then, that would be my homework, right?
oh, not sagely.
Jarkheim nods, not sagely.
Although I will do a quick three card spread.
Mm-hmm.
Cast augury while I'm reading the cards.
Okay.
I'm going to try and get a sense for how we will fare if we pursue this castle.
Let's see.
So I want to ask Peter, like,
Okay.
what do you think we need before we head out to the castle? And see if he's got any idea.
Okay. So first, I'm going to do the augury thing. Um, let's see. I think we'll say wheel and woe.
Well, Uo is going to muse over that, scoop the cards up, and put them up his sleeve.
What'd your little game tell you?
Do you believe in fate, Trogheim?
Does Tarkheim believe in fate? Maybe.
Do you know what time is?
She looks around for a clock.
No clocks in here.
I don't right now. Sorry.
Do you? Well, think of it in these terms. Do you know what had happened? The difference between what had happened and what will happen, and what is currently happening now.
Yes.
That's what that game is about. Is finding the links between those points in time. They can all be tied together, you see, in a line.
That sounds kind of boring.
It's really fascinating once you really delve into it. What I must tell you, though, and this is very important, when you're aiming down, you need to aim down 12% more.
12% more.
You'll know when.
Okay.
Just don't miss, because it could be really bad if you do.
Miss.
Flash a big cherubic smile.
All right, so Peter is at the door. Are we ready to go?
Yeah, I mean, unless the cards say anything that I need that's helpful, or Eos needs.
Yes, actually, Eos must remember that the creatures will be hungry, but easily distracted, and to not get caught, or she'll get eaten. And beware tentacles. Anything with tentacles, or slime monsters. Those are also equally things to be aware of.
All right.
Very dangerous.
Some of them are good eats. Just speaking from, prior knowledge.
Some sushimi.
How far is this castle?
We will have to teleport, but don't worry, I got that.
Do you want to
See,
teach
he
us
knows
how
to
to
do
teleport?
Hmm?
He does. Peter, you're amazing.
So are you off to the school for the teleportation circle?
Yeah.
Yes, we are.
So Peter leads you all, chest out, bow in hand. He is
As
being
one
watched.
does.
He's being watched by lots of people. You get the feeling Peter doesn't normally lead people around the school unless it's a tour, and this doesn't seem very much like a tour. And
Just
you all
wave.
get to the teleportation circle,
Wave to everybody.
and you
Hey.
stand in the center.
Look at how much attention we get when we're with Peter. Everyone understands.
Pretty special right now.
So you get to the teleportation circle, and you stand inside, and Peter's like, "Go inside. I'll be right there." And you see him talk to one of the guards.
I'll
Okay.
step on in.
Yeah. Same here.
Peter would never do us wrong.
No, never. Never. Peter has a heart of gold, and he will do everything in his power to help us make this happen.
You see Peter, and he's talking, and the conversation gets louder. And then after about 2 minutes, he is back in the position you saw him, or Uo saw him yesterday, on hands and knees, bowing, begging. After about a minute, Peter walks in, partly super confident, partly teary-eyed. Like, all right, who's ready to do this?
Yes.
Oh, yeah.
Yes.
And you see as the guard kind of shakes his head and casts a spell.
Peter, I want to know what it cost us to do this. What we have to do.
Only time will tell.
That's a good question. Few things. Jeremy, would you switch to the battle?
Of course
map?
I will.
Oh, no, never mind. That's a... Then I just need to move characters here. So, Astrid, who do you have, Eos or Celine today?
Oh man, because Astrid feels a little lonely and Eos is awesome, but not much of a conversational. I think Celine is going to be needed for this.
Gotcha. So in the morning, you would have summoned Celine. As you summon her, and like you, knowing her, you knew this was going to happen. She immediately tried to kick you with her like bunny legs, and starts like chittering at you, like very pissed off. And you're like, "Yeah, I know. I haven't summoned you for 2 days. That's not that long." But she was having none of it, and you had to
Sure.
give her some kind of treat for her to calm down and be like, okay, fine, let's.
Sure. What kind of treats do I have around me?
I mean, in his house there was coffee.
There was coffee.
There was one of the cups.
I'm gonna save some of the coffee and hand it over. Maybe just a coffee bean. Just,
Roll me a d20. I just want to see something.
Okay. Let's see if I can.
Oh, look at Celine stoking. It's so cute.
Oh my god.
You forgot that the last time you gave Celine coffee, she was. I mean, Celine is naturally hyper. Like, that's just her personality.
Yeah.
But she's also like very easily affected by any kind of substance. So you have a feeling she is going to be hyper as all get out today. It happens. It's fine.
That's okay. That's okay.
And
I'm gonna pat
seeing
her
that,
on the head.
I feel like Trogheim would
I'm gonna
probably
pat him.
palm a few beans to give Celine later. Good bunny.
All right.
So you are teleported in front of this castle. What you can see is like there is a moat, like many castles have them. But on the bridge there are roughly 6 like humans. Some are like sitting around, some are like banging on the door. They're just kind of like waiting outside the front gate.
Right. Can we tell if there's any other ways around to get in? Are we
Any
just
other-
like
Any other what?
any other ways to get in past them?
Give me a perception check.
I'll do the help action and also look, so you have advantage.
Gotcha.
We can put our heads together.
Celine is like darting back and forth between the path.
Of course she is. Oh, computer, come on. Wheels are turning over here. Wheels are turning.
Whoa, give me an intelligence check.
Intelligence.
Boom.
Well, gosh darn.
Damn.
You remember there absolutely is a secondary way in. You also remember the crocodile.
Yeah, there's a crocodile, but he's also realizing that there are already things that are different, like stuff lizard people, and we have Celine.
Yep. Which
And
is
Yeah, we've got Celine.
the super different thing is Peter.
yeah, Peter definitely was not there. There were not villagers at the other side of the gate.
Who always definitely like flabbergasted, having like an existential moment, and whispers there is another way in.
Ooh.
Why don't we just go on the front door?
Peter's like, because there's people. Don't worry, I'll take care of them.
But they're just little. I
And
mean,
Peter walks over here, and you see Peter pull out his bow. And pull back.
Here, I'm going to stop Peter before he does anything with his bow.
Shh! What are you doing?
honey, please. Let's put our heads together and figure out a different way.
As a blue mage, you wouldn't understand this, but you need to strike first. I could have taken them all out with one arrow. I've done it.
No,
That's why I came in third in that.
So much belief in you, Peter. You are so powerful, but I think there's another way.
Trogheim is looking at Peter like he just hung the moon. She's like,
Oh God. Well, I mean, what if we send Celine in to distract the people and then just kind of scurry in?
Celine is a war bunny? I didn't know
She,
that.
I mean, she's pretty stealthy and she just loves people and she's got so much energy. She can get around pretty fast.
You're talking,
I
and there's
mean,
this like glazed look over Trikine's face as she realizes that Morn is also a war bunny.
and then there's a light bulb.
Right? Yeah, send the war bunny in. I gotta see this.
We're gonna send the war bunny in.
Okay. So what do you tell
Just
Celine?
to distract. She needs to just distract everybody, get out of the way, stay out of danger long enough for us to get in, and then come find us after.
Okay. So Celine just like from where she is now, like books it, just running as fast as her little legs can carry her. And she gets here, and Villager 4 is like, "Holy crap, it's a bunny!" And Villager 3 is like, "She's so cute!" And they all just converge on Celine.
Perfect. Now's our chance. Let's get in. I want to book it for the front without being seen.
I mean, I'm not saying it's impossible, but it's in the morning. You're on a bridge. Like it'll be very hard to get past them without being seen.
That's totally the scene where, like in an anime, where they see something so cute and they're just looking at it, and behind them, the very
like
large person like tiptoes. It'll be fine.
Yeah, like if you want to try, I definitely won't say no.
I want to grab like some foliage and take it with me and just hide it over my face.
Peter is going to be like, "That's a great idea." And Peter also grabs the foliage.
I'm sneaking.
I mean, because Peter said it was a good idea, I will absolutely rip up this bush. Just rip up this bush over here and hand it to Uo.
Yeah.
And then she breaks off like some branches from a tree.
Yeah.
Is this the plan? We're sneaking?
This is the plan. We are sneaking we are all undercover now of foliage.
Oh, of course. I need stealth checks from everyone.
What could go wrong?
All right.
Oh my god.
Not the worst stealth check I've ever rolled.
Not the worst.
Yeah. Oh. What is even going on? What?
Okay.
See? It's all because of Peter.
Yes. Peter is powerful.
So you all, unfortunately, you did have disadvantage.
Oh.
Why would we possibly have this?
It just felt right. I don't know. It's what the cards told me to do.
There's so much confidence.
Yeah, Trogheim's the one who borked that then.
So you walk up and you get like halfway across, and it actually seems like it's working. Like they haven't even noticed you. Like there are a few times, especially when Trogheim like hit the wooden planks where like the wood creaked. They didn't even look up, and you're like, this is gonna work. Unfortunately, Celine, who is still hopped up on that caffeine, just like books it down to you. And they look like, "Oh, hi, we didn't even see you. Is that your rabbit? Why do you have leaves in front of your face?"
We are shrubbers. That's why we work with shrubbery, and we're checking out castles, trying to see if there's work. And yeah. You see my associates.
Wave the
Are-
tree
Oh,
limb.
that works.
Do
Are
you-
they?
Do you work in this castle? Can you get us in?
Oh, are you trying to get in too?
Oh,
Yeah.
I mean,
wow. I mean,
What?
you're unemployed and we are shrubbers. So maybe if they hire us, maybe you can get in as well.
Oh, so you're trying to work here. I guess that makes sense.
Yeah.
Well, come on, sit down. Like, sit with us. We're waiting to meet with the Duke. He normally just leaves the door open. I don't know why it's like closed today.
Okay. Have you noticed any other ways in?
Other ways in? We just normally go through the front door.
Okay. Cool. Cool.
And Peter's like, I mean, I don't want to brag, but I can get us in. But why do you all want to go in? Because we are chosen by the Duke. We are allowed to go in. You are just common peasants.
Peter, that's not very nice.
Oh, I'm sorry. I was trying to be. I mean, you are all lovely villagers, and I don't. There's danger inside, and with that, one of the villagers like walks up. What do you mean danger? My son's in there. To which Peter responds, "Oh,
So when was the last time the doors were open?
a few days ago, my son came to train under the Duke.
well, the Duke's not even here. Why did
Wait,
he do
what?
that?
Where did he go?
He's at the school.
What-
Or
Did you see my son there?
what's your son
I
look
mean,
like?
A small. She gives like a general description of him. You haven't seen him.
Have I seen anyone who looks even remotely like that person?
That boy who shot your gun.
Yes, I have seen that person.
Where is he?
And I will, to the best of my remembrance, give directions to that person's house.
Wait, what's he?
I think some other lady must have kidnapped him because she was calling him her son, which is just, that's a little creepy.
That is really creepy. Where's your wife?
And Peter's like, no, Tralkheim. No, that's someone different. Ma'am,
I don't
Ma'am.
know.
ma'am, look at me. Your son is fine. The Duke told me that his protege was still in here, but the guards are looking after him. So your son is fine. We are here to save your son's life. Isn't that right? That it's right, right?
I mean, yeah.
Maybe you could help us.
Yeah, I'll do anything to help. What do you need from me?
Do you have any weapons?
I mean, I can cast a few spells, and I have this like knife.
Okay, that's something.
Yeah,
And you have a big heart. I can tell. You have a really big heart. And you will do anything to help your son. So, maybe the more the merrier. Maybe everybody needs to help.
I mean, really, if you want something done, you should do it yourself. And we're happy to help out. But yeah, you should probably be involved.
give me a persuasion check.
For all of us?
Can,
Just
since we're both talking, can one of us be the helper and the other person does it?
yes.
Okay. I would probably go with that role then.
That's an animal handling,
Oh,
which is
Okay,
not
I
correct.
accidentally
it's almost the
stopped
same
it.
thing.
Okay,
Herding
17.
cats. These villagers herding cats.
And so you see her like, yeah, you're right. And the other village is like, well, if you're going, we're going too. Yeah. And everyone's like getting excited, and Peter's like, I'm glad I didn't shoot them.
They're helpful, see, Peter?
There's like a pause before Trogheim's like, yeah, me too.
So Peter's like, all right, villagers, everybody, I need you all to kneel. I, Sir Peter of Porta Academia, will deputize you. You will all be official Peter deputies of Porta Academia.
They're getting deputized. I am so jealous.
Like 3 of them like kneel. The other 3 are like, we don't have time for this. Let's just go. Peter's like, oh. I mean, okay, I guess fine. We'll do the deputizing later if that
We'll
works.
do that. Yeah. Very exciting, though, Peter. Very exciting for everyone involved.
Can I move everyone at the same time? I don't think I can. So Peter attempts to open the door, and it takes a little finagling, but eventually it gets there. So we're going to take a little break while I get you all set up here.
So, Uo, did you say the thing about the crocodile out loud?
Yeah, well, I said that there was another way.
But you didn't say the crocodile.
No, I was
Okay.
going to interview or see if any of these villagers were good at dealing with beasts, but none of them seem to be like rangery, right? Or look like they hug trees.
No, they all seem to be. I mean, in general, even the most like basic adult has some sort of magic, given the setting. But no one seems to be especially like tree huggery.
I know Tragon can't like deal with them. She'd probably drown or something.
She was a sailor, to be fair.
Oh, yeah, that's true. She was a sailor.
Mm-hmm.
But she was going to point out that crocodiles could be lizard people.
They could.
So maybe that's...
Maybe.
Where are we? Okay.
Who are still like processing the
Get Astrid and Celine. I think we're just missing Uo.
who?
And Peter? Where's Peter?
And Peter.
Sweet, lion-hearted Peter.
So you open the door and you walk into what is like the receiving hallway. Large. You're not sure. You weren't sure the castle was going to be this like luxurious, given the fact that he was staying at a modest inn where you met him. But it was massive, and you do see 2 things that like really stand out. There is a child, like backing up against a fountain, and a zombie. I need all of you to make a perception check.
All right.
3!
Crocodiles are lizard people.
Right?
Uo, makes sense that you would notice this. There are markings on this zombie that are very similar to the zombie you saw before.
Trogam notices the zombie and like looks at Peter and is all like, "We get to retake our test! Yes!"
But it's not the same zombie, right? It's just the
yeah.
same spell markings.
Same spell markings, yeah. Very reminiscent of the Ochambeau.
Yeah.
Reminiscent of like that zombie, but it's a different person. Astrid, there is a zombie attacking a child.
Oh my god! I'm gonna send Celine out immediately to try and like get the child away from the zombie. not in between the two of them, but like close enough, and rely on her cuteness to distract the child and see if she can't get him to like turn and walk away from the zombie a little bit.
The child. Okay, so Celine's gonna go over there. I guess she will do some sort of charisma based check.
Work hard on her cuteness.
Doesn't seem to matter. The child is afraid it's going to die.
Okay.
Peter looks at you like, can I shoot it now?
I'm gonna nod in agreement. Yes, Peter, you can shoot it now.
And with that, I think we're going to start. We're going to roll initiative. I think that's.
Woo.
Ooh.
So let me just roll initiative for you, Peter, and then the.
Wow. Okay.
Villager army.
Villager army, yeah.
And of course, the zombie who rolled not a natural 20.
The kid's gonna kick the zombie's ass before we even get there.
The kid's gonna like destroy the
Right.
zombie. Okay, so first is Villager 5. She is going to sprint this way. That's all she can do. Villager 6. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. All you can do. The child's turn. He is too afraid to move. Celine. What does Celine want to do?
Celine wants to, let's see here. Celine wants to true strike the zombie.
So True Strike as a spell, it gives you advantage, or gives Celine advantage on her next turn.
Okay, so that's going to be a little too much. Let's
She can Phalanx.
actually let's still. Okay. I don't know that's involved. What's involved with that?
You just shoot like Fey energy at the zombie. Does like 1d6 force damage, I think, something like that.
Okay,
But
let's
it's a
do that.
ranged attack. Okay.
Yeah.
I'm pretty sure I popped it on the thing. Cool. Yeah, so you see like her little rabbit mouth open, and she shoots this beam of like green energy.
That's awesome.
It's like slamming the zombie. Like Nickelodeon slamming the zombie. Yes. All right.
What's happening?
Good job, little one.
And it goes like right through the zombie, but it's still coming strong.
Okay.
Villager army, 1, 2, 3. That should be enough. Peter. Peter goes to shoot his bow, then turns to you. Wait, am I allowed to shoot this one?
Yes.
Peter, yes.
Why? But and then he like puts his bow down. He's like, wait a minute, why wasn't I allowed to shoot the other ones? And he's going to spend his turn pontificating about why it's okay to shoot the zombie and not other people.
Of course, Peter. Of course.
This is what you get when you only get a general arts degree.
This villager is going to attack, and it's also going to hit.
Holy crap, there, villager.
Nice. Some hidden skills.
Actually, no, because she had to dash to get that far, so she can attack. Never mind. Trogheim.
Ignoring Peter's blather, because obviously he's talking about classes I haven't taken yet.
Right.
1, 2, 3. hefting her shield and her sword. She's gonna run forward and not get to make it, so she's gonna swing the sword around and gunner shot. Hopefully the zombie and not the villager.
Natural one. Natural one.
No.
10.
I mean, on the bright side, you don't hit the villager, but you do miss the zombie.
No, I was so worried about hitting that there villager.
That you pull it too far to the right.
Yeah.
Wait, no, I lied.
Ooh.
Zombies have that hits.
Yay.
Roll damages.
So that's 11 thunder.
Amazing. Amazing.
And you see, as the shot hits the zombie's back, it just drops down. I'm just going to roll a Constitution saving throw for no reason at all. Ignore me right now.
Right.
I want the kid to kick it. Kick it.
And you watch as the zombie kind of stands up and then drops down, life leaving its body.
Yeah, Uso.
Yes.
And
she looks down to where the camera was supposed to be and then remembers that she doesn't have a camera today.
Make a perception check. Maybe you do and you don't know.
6.
Yeah. And with that, the villager runs up and hugs the child. Like, oh my god, I'm so glad you're safe.
Aww.
Peter's like, did we do it?
Yeah.
We did it!
I'll pat Peter on the back. You did such a great job. Next time is going to be even better, I'm sure.
Of course there's a next time.
Yes. There's always a next time. There's always adventures.
Yes, but where are the guards?
The guards?
Good question.
Yes.
What guards? Oh, the guards. Yes. Child, you there, child. Where are the guards? And the child's mom is like, oh my god, you look so disheveled. What happened to you? Like, what? Do you need a bath? Why do you smell like that? And the child's like, I don't know. There are no guards.
Oh. Astrid's gonna lean over, or, kind of lean into the group and say, do we know if this kid is okay or if something crazy happened to him?
I mean, he looks fine to me.
Trust him.
You want to make kind of check on that?
Yeah, I think I would like to make a check on that.
You can do a medicine if you walk up to him. You can do a perception from where you are.
I wanna hook up into his thoughts. I wanna detect thoughts.
Interesting. So what is your DC?
I don't totally know.
What is your intelligence modifier, I should say? Pretty sure it should be 3.
I mean, that sounds about right, but my screen's going super slow. Okay, yes, it is 3.
Oh, there is no DC. It just exists. Interesting. So you cast Detect Thoughts, and you've heard about this spell, but it's the first time you're actually being able to cast it. You know that it is a type of psychic spell that allows you to slowly probe into the mind of an individual. Let me just check.
To go into kind of a yogi trance and try and connect with this child.
The surface thought that you see, hungry.
I'm bothered by this because I don't trust it.
Do you want to go deeper?
I want to go deeper.
While you're going deeper, the villagers are all running up to make sure the child is okay. As you go deeper, it's hunger, not. You're looking at like what it is hungry for, and the fair is it's hungry for like people. Doesn't seem to be like hungry for people though. It more abstract than that.
And I can't tell if it's like hungry for power or hungry for. I'd like to put out my hand and say, "Can you guys come back for a minute while I figure out what's going on?"
We have to check on little Jonah.
But just wait a minute. Just wait another minute, and I'd like to go deeper. I'm trying to perceive his thoughts right now because I think it's kind of shady that it was just him and a zombie here, and there were no guards. Something.
I mean, it is a big place. Maybe the guards are somewhere else, or maybe this was a test, because like we had the other test where we were supposed to kill the zombie and we didn't, but this time we did.
Yes, it could be part of a test, but I feel like something is amiss. And I just want to like I'm using some of my Buddha powers, and I'm just trying to like get into this kid's head just a little bit. Just hang out with me for a sec.
They're all surrounding this kid.
I want to go deeper.
You go deeper. It is hungry for, and this I need you to make an intelligence check for, to figure out, because there is this very like abstract concept that it's hungry for. Yeah. It's hungry for past lives or maybe memories.
Oh wow. That's super weird. Okay. I want to send the bunny in.
Bunny's like right there.
Yeah, okay. I want the bunny to jump into his arm and nip his ear and jump away from him and see what he does.
Okay. So pretty easy to do.
I'm able to perceive at the same time.
Yeah, you can watch this happen. Bunny like nips at the air and the boy like drops it, and the villagers are like, "Hey, what is your rabbit doing? He's clearly been through so much. Why is the rabbit attacking our child?"
Wait, I don't know. It's an animal, man. You can't tell what the animal's gonna do. Maybe he smells a little off.
He does actually smell kind of off. It's weird.
I want to walk closer and is anyone willing to come back toward me? Like,
I mean, make a persuasion check, but make a persuasion check with a super high check because they just found this child that was being attacked by a zombie, and so they're trying to make sure he is like okay.
And does it seem like it's one of their kids? Because like one of them was looking for their son.
Yeah,
okay.
It seems like villager one or just like villager. It was her child.
Okay.
So the guy. Okay. All right. Well, see if I can't persuade people to come toward me.
I love how every time you do persuasions for people, you roll animal handling instead.
Yeah.
Because it makes me smile so much.
It's so funny. The screen itself is just like floating around in its own little screen, and hopefully, and I'm trying to like click, and it always just animal handling. All right, here we go. Let's try this. It stopped. There we go.
Well, a 13 will not cut it. But while you're persuading, I need you to make me I actually need everyone to make me a perception check.
Perception.
At this point, Trogheim has walked over to the zombie and is just like lightly kicking it.
It makes sense that Uo would be the first to see this. Because
Yeah.
Uo, you've seen this before. Out of the water
Oh,
rises this red orb. And as it like makes itself visible, you actually see like a string attached from that orb to the child. And as the
Oh.
orb reveals itself, the child kind of like turns into ooze as well. The orb is going to attack one of the villagers.
One of the funnest monsters ever. I mean, what?
What? Mm.
And
Villager-
Astrid is upset, super agitated.
So villager 6, and you watch as the pseudopod just goes through villager 6's head, and then walks
Oh.
up to villager 5, and then it attempts to engulf.
This is
Village.
not normal. This is not normal.
Yep, also dead. So what we're going to do, because initiative is not
Oh my
done.
Run away! Everyone run away! Oh my god!
We're keeping the same combat from last
We
time.
are, okay. That's better than this one. Oops.
Can I just remove you?
I think you can go in and alter her number.
Okay.
Well, I had already rolled.
There we go.
This is taken out.
Yeah. So an adult Obelix emerges.
It'll be fine.
It'll be great. Uo, you know exactly how to handle this. You've done this before. Villager 5.
Yeah.
Where are you, Villager 5? Jeremy, odd or even?
Even.
Villager 5 is going to run over and attack this thing.
Yay!
Oh!
Oh! Dealing how much damage? 1 damage.
Okay.
Let's see. Villager 6. Where are you, Villager 6? Oh, is Villager 6 dead? Yes, Villager 6 is in fact dead. The child was actually not a child. What do you want Celine to do?
Celine, well, oh shoot. I feel like I want Celine to, I guess, do True Strike and run away for me when it's my turn.
She can only do it on herself, sadly.
She can only do it on herself. Darn it. Okay. Then I think I want the same thing from before. I want her to go up and what is that fairy?
Phalanx.
Phalanx. I want her to phalanx the blob.
Laser shooting rabbit.
She opens her mouth and shoots the green beam. Unfortunately, you can tell she's still kind of jittery, and so it goes far to the right.
Oh no. The 15 degrees. She missed the 15 degrees.
That's what he always shouts. 15 degrees.
You said it was 12!
For you.
Oh.
Villager 3 is not about this life, and so she is going to book it away.
Okay.
Peter. So it's okay if I shoot this one.
Yeah,
Yeah.
it's not even human shaped.
Yeah.
But it was human. It was the child. How do we know the child didn't turn into that thing? And he's going to
You
spend
must
his
destroy it.
turn pontificating about whether that is the child or an ooze. Because it looks like an ooze now, but it did look like a child. And he doesn't want
It
to
is not a child, Peter. It is
It
not a
looks
child.
like a child.
not a child.
The villager is going to straight up attack this thing. She is going to cast Scorching Ray.
What? Oh.
All right. Dealing 12 damage to this thing. Trogheim.
This is the moment that she's been waiting for. She's gonna run up and use her new elemental bullet.
Oh my god.
Yes. Yes.
But I have to land a melee attack first, so let's see.
So you run up and you like put the elemental bullet into it, and you do connect. Before you pull that trigger, I want you to roll an intelligence check, just so I can see.
Yeah.
We'll say with advantage.
What could go wrong?
I wish I didn't give you advantage. But fine. You've been making munitions for a while, and so while you don't really understand what it is you're doing, you have like a general like sense of like how it works. And so you put the vodka soaked napkin at a perfect place that like it's gonna like hit the spark.
And it works?
It works.
Fuck yeah.
On. Some MacGyver stuff.
Right?
The regret is real on that advantage.
The regret is real. Alright, so it's gonna do 10 slashing and 5 fire, if I did that right.
Wow.
Mm-hmm.
It's my new ability, so... Yep. And then I shout in glee.
Villager 4, I think is... Yep, Villager 4 is dead.
Villager 4.
Uo!
So Uo is going to pull out a deck of cards from his sleeve, pulling a card that depicts two birds ascending, and cast Levitate on the Obilex.
Ooh.
Constitution saving throw.
Con saving throw.
Yep.
I assume a 16.
Yeah. No, it's the DC 13, right? Yeah.
Yeah. So you can see it start to move, but you're having a hard time. Like normally when you do levitation, you just got to levitate like 2 feet, but the entire ooze keeps moving and undulating, so it's really hard to get the magic underneath it.
Cursing under my breath a little bit as I begin to sweat through my focus and stay where I'm standing. And should be my turn.
Gotcha. So then what this thing will do is it will attack the mom. Yeah, that'll do that.
Yeesh.
Trogheim,
Mm-hmm.
I need you to make me
Mm-hmm.
a wisdom saving throw.
I mean, it could be worse. Could be
Could be worse. Come on.
15.
God! So you see his tendrils start to like wrap around you. You're just like, no. Yeah. Yep. Yeah. I can do. That's it. Villager 2 also running away because that just looks horrific.
Come back here!
Get away!
Pansies!
Astrid.
Alright. I want to go up right by Trogheim, right kind of behind, and put my arm out and kind of pull Trogheim back while I am casting Witch Bolt over to the slime with the 15 degrees. And then I'm going to kind of turn around and like do a little wink. Like, I remembered the 15 degrees.
You could only get hair and cast witch and with an action still left, but you would have enough. You will be close enough for the witch bolt.
Okay, then I'm good.
Then you also have advantage because you remembered the 15 degrees.
It's super important. Super important. All right. And is that it? Is that all I got? I guess that's all I got.
Roll again to see, because you might crit. You never know.
Okay.
You do hit on a 14. Okay, you don't crit. So yeah, you start to like get ready to shoot, and you're like, "Why would I do? Fine, I'll do it." And just as you shoot, the area where you were going to shoot, it like opens up, and you realize your like bolt of lightning would have missed, but you do in fact hit. Because you were so unsure, you don't do the most damage, but like you do some damages.
Okay.
But now you're like holding on to this like spell as this like tether to this thing. Villager 5.
Okay. Is it pretty looking at least?
It is beautiful with like purples and like arcing
Perfect.
reds every once in a while.
It's not teal.
I mean, like a level 1 witch bolt? No, we gotta get like enervation, like level 5 and up for sure.
That's fair. That's fair.
Villager 5 is like trying to stab it, but like it's goo and she's not really doing well. Celine, what do you want Celine to do?
I want Celine to go ahead and attempt to, well, shoot. Attempts to do the same thing. What is Celine doing these days? Just that fairy.
Oh.
It hits.
Celine's the bomb.
She's just a little like bunny turd right now.
It's all that coffee.
Oh yeah.
100% the coffee.
Right.
Villager 3 would have made it off the map this time, so she is gone. Peter, are we sure that it's not the child?
Yes, 100%. This is bad. This is the bad guy. This is danger, Peter.
Okay, fine. This is what I'll do. I'm going to go save the child.
Help us, Peter.
So Peter's going to run up this way. Child, are you there? If you're there, blink. I guess you can't blink. If you're there, stop killing people. That's Peter's turn.
Good job,
Oh,
Peter.
Peter. You have the best heart.
Traga.
Bless his soul. Oh my god.
So cackling with glee.
It works!
Right? Trogheim takes another swing. And criticals.
Oh!
Oh.
So she is going to spend her last munition.
Mm-hmm.
To do 8 slashing and 14 fire.
Wow.
Oh, fire damage. That actually... That matters. You can see the fire starts like licking around this thing.
Yeah.
And it's on fire.
Oh.
Wow.
Oh.
It does not like fire.
Interesting. Uo.
Uo pulls his celestial spear from from its holster on his back, and it opens, and he pulls a card from inside of it, a D6, to see which one it is.
It
Six.
is 6.
Perfect. 6. So 6. So this card depicts a bullet on it,
Ooh.
and he gestures towards Trogheim, and Trogheim finds herself with another munition magically on her person.
Is it just one or multiple?
It's just one.
Okay.
One non-spell slot resource to an ally.
Gotcha.
Wow.
Some flashy lights, etc. Uo is pretty content right he's standing right there.
The adult obelisk is not happy with you, Trogheim. It's really not. So it will attack you.
Okay.
Although you notice it's moving a lot slower. So it rolls with disadvantage. I assume a 12 does not hit you.
A 12 does not hit me.
So you're able to dodge. I do need you to make another wisdom saving throw.
Okay. Big money, big money, big money, big money. 9, yay!
Oh, that's all I wanted from this.
That's all I wanted.
And so you all watch as Trogheim, who is essentially giddy right now.
Right.
Like her fire munitions work. She found another one. You walk as she's dodging attacks. She turns around almost to be like, "Look, we're doing so great on this test." When a small tendril wraps around and goes up her nose.
No!
Trogheim, you take 25 psychic damage.
Oh my god.
And you feel like your mind is getting muddled. Like you had coffee today, but you don't know where it came from. You are now memory drained.
Okay. So it's really just a Tuesday for Trogheim.
I mean, you've never forgotten coffee. That's the
that is
sign
fair.
that like something
That
wrong.
is fair.
Villager 2 is also running a ring. Astrid,
Well,
you still have the lightning bolt attached to it. So if you choose to, you can use your action to just do more damage.
okay, I would like to do more damage.
Where did it go?
Yeah, that's what I'm trying to. Maybe I removed it. I think I removed it on accident.
I would like to continue. So let me see here. Is that another roll for Witch Bolt, or is it just it's continuing?
It's already attached to just more damage.
Okay. What am I rolling for that?
Just like hit the witch bolt thing.
Okay. Okay, there we go.
So another 1 lightning damage. There we go.
With the 15. With the 15.
Anything else?
Can I simultaneously try and detect thoughts with the slime?
No, because witch bolt is also a concentration spell, so you would have to drop.
Can't use it as like a mind meld, like, what are you doing?
I mean, I will say you can mind meld with the slime. I will also say that mind melding with a slime that steals memories is not the greatest idea unless you have like the protection of like detect thoughts.
All right.
And even then, it's not a great idea.
Let's not do that then.
Then Villager 5 is gonna be like, is going to hit.
Awesome.
Celine.
Okay, Selene has been doing great, so she's gonna continue to do the same thing, but she's gonna add some little acrobatic moves with it.
Celine does have magic missiles.
Does she?
She
I
has
don't know.
one use of
No.
magic missile.
One.
Yeah.
All right. Well, let's do it, but let's remember that 15 degrees for all of us. 15 degrees. Let's magic missile this guy.
So Celine gets on all was just kind of sitting down and shooting lasers. Now she gets like all four and fires these 3 beams of energy that do 8 damage to this thing.
Ooh. Oh my god. What a good girl.
Yeah, this does not seem to be working. Peter is going to walk up and is like, "So okay, everybody, I think I figured out what's going on. This thing is bad, so I'm going to kill it."
Yes, Peter, kill it, please.
Um,
Save us.
he casts a spell that he doesn't say what it is, and light appears around this thing, but it doesn't die. He's like, okay.
So it's like glowing now?
No, it was glowing for a second, not anymore.
Okay.
Okay. Trogheim.
So what do I remember? Do I remember that I have the munitions?
Yeah, you remember you have munitions.
Okay.
As of now, it's just kind of like specific things. Like, I had coffee, I don't know where it came from. I've been in school for probably less than a week.
Okay. So I can remember like Peter and
Yeah.
what's going on. Excellent. I'm looking at the thing, waiting for it to die after Peter did that thing.
Doesn't seem like it's dying.
And I'm just gonna help it die by placing my sword against it and pushing.
Mm-hmm.
Just help it along the
Right.
process.
I'm thinking Astral might be being a little slow. There it is.
Yeah.
Does a 14 hit it?
14 just hits.
So that's 8 slashing.
Oh, look at that. And you kind of help along. You just kind of like stick it in. You see what appears to be like a brain or a heart or a kidney or a prostate, something. And you just kind of like stab it. And Astral is being a little slow, but it only has 8 hit points left. And so it kind of like... Blah.
Good job, Peter.
And then you look back and it starts to like move again.
What?
Not dead yet.
Uo, your turn.
So
Not
Uro,
dead yet.
I'm like practicing down, but it's starting to move again.
It is moving.
Mm.
Um,
Is it moving toward anyone in particular or moving
Trogheim.
away?
there is another spray of cards as he reaches up and grabs one and directs it at the Obelix, and it's the card of the star that guides. And he's going to
Yes.
cast guiding at this creature. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, that'll do it.
Awesome.
17 radiant.
And so you take this guy, this bolt that comes out of the star, and it just slams and just kind of splats this Obelix.
All over Villager 5.
And Peter looks around like, Did we do it now?
I know what you did, but that sure helped.
Hmm.
I try to be helpful. I can't leave my students do all the work by themselves. You
Peter, you're going to have to tell us your secret because that was amazing.
that's week 3, and you see him kind of chubbed, kind of like, yeah, I did
Oh,
You did such a good job, Peter.
it.
I had faith in you.
And you can see like in his face, he's truly happy. Like he was part of something.
Peter's the best.
Oh gosh.
Trugheim looks happy for him, but looks really concerned and a little sad because she can't remember where she got that really good coffee. She knows it was not from the dorm, though.
Yeah, like that is clear. Like it was not there. That you didn't forget. But your memory is still kind of squiggly.
we should investigate this castle to determine where the guards are.
Yes.
Okay, so because it is 3:34, I'm just gonna like speed through. As you investigate, you don't see any guards. Although at some point you find your way to the armory and you see a mountain of bodies, many of whom seem to be guards.
A mountain of bodies.
Yeah, and one small child.
Gotcha.
One
So,
small.
could we deduce that that thing was not the child being absorbed by the Obelix, but rather it was like being emanated, for lack
Yeah.
of a better word? Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah.
See,
and so,
Peter
like,
told you. That's the kid.
Mm-hmm.
I'm glad we killed the thing then.
Mm-hmm.
So yeah. Mm-hmm.
The treasure rooms, are they the same places in this building as I remember them to be?
Did you go to the? Because you have enough time, even if they aren't, you would find the treasure rooms. Yes, as well as the library.
Are they different
Good.
than I remember them to be?
Make a perception check. Adela, I assume. Actually, no. We'll save
Yeah.
you for next time.
Okay. Because I'm very interested in that library.
There is one
Zorro's.
big difference. Well, a few differences, but one huge difference. One, there is not a lot of money. It's mostly like military things, so some high quality weapons, some swords. There are a few treasures that aren't necessarily like weapon. Like there is one purple like gem that seems to be based on how it's like set up, like somewhat important. But what appears to be the center of this room is a mace. A fancy mace trimmed with gold.
Name.
Make me whoever's in the room. Make me a history check. We'll say. Perfect. That is just perfect.
I mean, if she can't remember where she got that coffee, obviously she's not going to remember.
There's no way.
Oh, Astrid.
So it's a great mace, and it's very clear why it's the center. Like it's gold trimmed. There's like the light spell like constantly like, emanating light on it. Astrid, you know something different. And this actually, you know that this isn't simply a mace, but it is a mace of disruption, a mace that is used to be like maybe a century, 2 centuries ago, used by clerics when the world was still religious. However, with the like advent of like arcane magics, religion has been kind of set to the wayside. Like the gods exist, but if you can make a city float, like you don't need the gods. So you don't find religious things anymore. You don't find clerics anymore. You don't find religious ethnographies anymore. You don't find these things. And that's where we'll call it for the day.
Yay!
Okay.
Um,
did something.
you all did a thing, and Peter helped.
And Peter completely helped.
He's
Peter did.
I'm so glad we brought Peter with us.
Peter's our buddy forever now, and teacher.
he has taken on the role of teacher.
Yeah.
So let's do the introduction, starting with John.
My name is John, and I play Uo Zankan, the astrologian, and we make whiskey in Ireland.
Hooray!
Hang out,
Yay.
play D&D with these awesome people here. Fridays, I'm in a game with Jeremy and Chaz. Based in Cardlands. You should have to check it out. And you can find me on Instagram at Basilosaurus Rex. Hooray!
Hooray!
Hooray! Well, let's go one up on my screen. Jeremy.
Hang on, I'm trying to remember how to spell Distilosaurus Rex.
Gosh, we'll skip you then. Adela.
Okay. I'm Adela, and I play Astrid in this game on Wednesdays with these fine folks. Yeah, just enjoying some fine Colorado weather here and being nerdy. So that's who I am.
Hooray!
Jeremy.
I couldn't remember, but I'll post it in the show notes later. I am Jeremy Hochhalter. Yeah, this is my channel, WH Publications. That show on Friday with Chaz and John is The Curiosity Cache. It's at 4:30 p.m. Eastern. If I'm wrong, you guys pipe up and be like, no.
I think that's it, yeah.
That is a Scarlands game, like John said, earlier in the day at 2 p.m. Eastern. Yep, is the lore you know. We talk about Scarlands lore. Sarah Stewart, who is the author of Vigilant, he's like one of the only current Scarlands novels, is my co-host for that. Otherwise, you can find us on, let's see, not all of us, Chaz and I, on Mondays on Plastic Age Plays here on Twitch for Travis Legg's Scarlands A Family Affair, which isn't as creepy as it sounds. Or is it? I don't know.
It's creepy, but in a different way.
Yeah. You can find me on Twitter at WHPubs, Facebook WH Publications, and head over to Drive Through RPG and DM's Guild and search for me over there. Yay!
That's a long list.
I know, right?
And I'm the host, DM Chaz. I'm a PhD student, and I study video games and music and storytelling. And I think all the other things that I do with D&D has been covered by everyone else. So thank you all so much for watching. Please come back next week where we'll see what it means that this white / we'll say gray mage Duke has in his armory a mace of disruption in a world that no longer has gods.
I mean, what could possibly go wrong?
I mean, nothing really, especially with Peter there.
Right, Peter's got our back.
Peter is super helpful. He needs to stay.
That's right. Bye all.
Bye.